Hey guys, Mitchell Doyen here. In today's video, I'm going to share my journey and my experience with burnout. There's a lot of different factors that contributed to my burnout, but the reason I want to share this story is because so many people nowadays are burnt out and they're just dragging through life and they need a change. They don't see how to change, or they don't see themselves as important enough to change. Or it's too much of an effort to change. Trust me, I know, because I went through it all. So my story starts, I'm a physical therapist, and so I was treating patients on a daily basis, and I have been an athlete my whole life, so I got introduced to obstacle course racing years ago and trained for many years and became competitive with it. And I really feel like things started to change for me after training for and completing an ultra distance obstacle course race. The race was 30 miles. And after completing that race, I just felt a major shift. My body didn't want to work out. My brain didn't want to work out. I had to force myself to do my workouts, to be active. And then I noticed, just more fatigue, starting to notice things like memory issues and, just not wanting to do the stuff that I love to do. So over time, things just kind of progressed. I was getting more fatigued. My memory issues were getting worse. I was starting to have skin issues. And I'm talking fatigue to the point where on the weekends, it's more of an effort to just go out and do something, and I would rather just sit on the couch. I'm talking at work, just sitting in my treatment room, just wondering where I'm going to get the energy to go get my next patient. I used all my energy on my patients, and I had nothing left for myself at the end of the day. So as time went on and my health issues continued to progress, it was discovered that I was suffering from mold toxicity, which definitely didn't help the case. That was causing a lot of my symptoms and I think contributed to my burnout. But once we figured this out and I got out of the situation and went through the detox protocols, I still just didn't feel like I was back to myself. So I knew deep down inside that I needed a change, but because of the burnout, because of the fatigue, and I guess because I just didn't see myself as worth it enough, I just didn't change anything. I stayed in the same job. I didn't change any of my relationships. I didn't get a support network around me. I actually ended up isolating myself from people because it was just easier. It was too much of an effort to make plans to go visit an old friend. So things were kind of just going downhill, and probably for about 4 or 5 years, I just remember it was every Christmas time, because I missed a lot of work because of health issues, so I didn't have a lot of vacation time to take. So I just remember telling myself every Christmas when I didn't have enough time to take a week off to go see my family or to go do this or that. And I told myself, by next Christmas, you're going to be in a different situation. You're not going to be at this job. You're going to have more freedom with your time. You're going to feel better. The problem was I never did anything to change. So year after year, it was the same thing come Christmas. And next year it'll be better. Next year it'll be better. Well, if I wasn't willing to change anything, nothing was obviously going to change. So the last straw that woke me up was I developed a frozen shoulder, which is probably the worst musculoskeletal condition I've had. It is very painful. You lose your shoulder motion. and it's really hard to function. But really, that was my body's way of saying something needs to change, because our bodies are very good at that. So I figured out that I needed to change. The problem was, how do I change it? I'm in a job that I had been in for 12 years, over 12 years. I missed a lot of work because of health issues. So in my mind, no one was going to hire me. It was too difficult to open my own business. I was almost 40 at the time. So I couldn't, I knew I needed to change, but I couldn't see how to do that. So the shoulder woke me up to that. And then I actually was fortunate enough to be able to just leave my job. So I made a plan to leave my job, take time off, let the shoulder recover, and then I was going to go back to work as a physical therapist. So fortunately, I was able to, in that time off, start to really explore what I wanted in life, what was missing, what I needed to fulfill myself, and a course of action I could take to move forward in life. But anyway, so at this point, I've done a lot of self-exploration. I've done a lot of emotional work. I'm still working on myself, but I just want to let you know that I'm in a much better place. I'm now working on home businesses and working to eventually get back to patient care. And I just want to stress, I can't stress enough that it is possible. If you're burnt out, if you're in a situation, whether it's a job or whether it's a relationship situation or anything else, you're worth making a change, because you're here once and you need to be happy. Burnout really wreaks havoc on your health, and if it's not addressed, then it leads to no good. So the first step, what you need to take, is to sit down and really analyze the fact that you're worth it, that you're worth the effort of making a change, and then sit down and just start to plan what you can do, what you like to do. Those are just the initial steps. But like I said, anyone can get out of the situation. Anyone can overcome burnout. You're much better than staying in that situation. So if you are burnt out, if you're in a situation you need to get out of, like I said, it is possible. You can do it. I did it. And I was in a pretty deep place. So anyway, that's my story, and I will be going over exactly how I got over the burnout and what I'm doing now in future videos. So continue to follow me, and we'll help you get out of this situation. So anyway, I hope you have a great day.